And what we're going to do is actually utilize the chair for some squats. And squats we don't really do necessarily. You can do squats for whatever reasons you want, but I like to think of squats as opportunities to strengthen my backside instead of just doing a squat because the fitness world and the yoga world, whatever worlds tell us we should. Squats are an opportunity to strengthen our backsides. And most of the time, if we have chairs with arms, we're going to invariably and unconsciously use those arms to bring ourselves up. Luckily, this is a chair without arms, so I don't have the choice, but sometimes we'll put our hand here and then sit down like that. So the simplest thing that we can do getting up and down off a chair is not using our hands. So let's do that a few times. Good. And you're going to notice as you do that a few times that those last few seconds about here is where it's going to be the hardest, and you're probably going to plop down on the chair a little bit. So let's play in that angle, the angle, because most of us are going to have enough strength maybe to here, and then it's going to get a little harder the closer, and then all of a sudden that chair might feel really far away, even though it's not that high. And then coming up, often we'll use momentum. So to get ourselves up, I might kind of pop up with momentum. So rather than using momentum, go slow. So just before you lift your sit bones off that chair, press down through your heels, use your glutes, and pick yourself up. Let's do that a few more times, nice and slow. Ha ha. It's tricky though, and if you do drop down in those last few seconds, that's fine. Try to have as much control as you can. Good. Okay, now let's play a little bit with technique. Now that we have that movement, let's try the technique of it a bit. So the technique would be, your knees are allowed to travel forward. We all have different femur bone lengths and torso lengths. We're all designed a little bit different, so we adapt to the best we can. But if we're always getting up with the knees really far forward like that, for some of us, that might end up not making our knees feel super happy in the long run. So it can be really beneficial to help your knees feel happy by working on these glutes. So that means when we come up, I like to have my feet a little bit more forward. And we're gonna, because it's probably gonna be easier for most of us to lean forward and then come up, and I made that really exaggerated, we're going to try to lean forward less. So thinking about pressing your heels down, you will naturally lean forward, don't get me wrong there, but not so far forward it's super easy. So find your sweet spot in your body where, yes, you're leaning forward, but yet at the same time you're trying to reach the hips back. Okay, let's try that a few more times. So as you come up, you press down through the heels, shift your hips back, lean back, find that chair. Good. Try not to use momentum. Fabulous. Let's do that one more time. Up, and then we're going to stay up. So your homework for this is, how about even just this week, have fun and play around with every time you get up and down off of a chair. You don't use the hands. You try to just use the control as best you can, and then see how that goes for you.